with regenesis, with that process of going back to our beginning, before time, um, eavesdropping on them as they come into being, as spirit floats over the waters of the earth, and earth falls in love with spirit, and spirit falls in love with earth, and she opens herself, shows herself. The waters and the earth separate, and she flourishes. Plants come out, and trees and fish grab, and sharks and octopi, they come out in the waters, they fill the waters, and there's mountains and valleys and rivers, and the moon and the stars and the sun come into being, and there's a rhythm. We're going back to the beginning and discovering our own beginning before everything else, where we are blessed as we made in their image. As we come into earth, as we come into this life, into every life, we come with information with us already, sewn into us epigenetically, in our atoms, molecules, cells, in our skin and bones, in our muscles and fascia. The information is there. Belief about ourselves, about life, about where we fit in, about what we're able of. We come with that, and we reenact that. When we are little, we see our caregivers handle stuff in a specific way, and then when we grow up, without even realizing it, we act in the same way. We reenact them as they reenacted their parents, and they reenacted their parents. Our beliefs are sown into us through experiences, sight, smell. It's a sensational thing. Sight, smell, taste, hearing, sounds, touch, feelings. And it's sensations that trigger that reenactment as well. When I'm little, I smell something, hear something, see someone, while I experience something, while I have an encounter. And then when I'm an adult, when that smell, that sight, that sound comes, it switches on the memory. Not as a picture, like a movie or a chapter in a history book, as an emotional response, as the emotional response that I need to keep myself safe in that moment that wasn't safe. And maybe when you are little, you experience some physical uh, violence. Your parents, like mine, are religious, and they believe spare the rod, spoil the child. So you get corporal punishment, you get beatings to discipline you. And when you're an adult, maybe you feel that's not right. That's not how I want to raise my children. But then there's that trigger, the smell or the sound or the sight, and you do the same. You reenact it. It's like you stand outside yourself in that moment. It's important that we understand how our wounds come about, that it is sensational. It's through senses that it comes. And when we feel as adults, that we ask ourselves, does this feeling belong to this moment? Or where does it belong? Does it belong in my childhood? Or maybe in one of my ancestors, my dad's childhood or my grandpa's childhood? Reenactment is something we do until we find love as our own thread. Then we can act as ourselves.